All right, Panther fans. So it is 8:30 in the morning. It is Friday morning, and Stu and I are
Another
talking.
another
Stu and
end
I
of month.
ah, and
It's
Stu and I
now
are
the it's
do you
now
want
the it's now the last day of September, and we got hockey coming up very
yeah.
soon. Go ahead.
So Stu and I are both in a pissy mood. So I'm gonna get on my soapbox first, and then Stu's gonna get on his. Now, real quick before we start, um, like button, please subscribe. Check out the website flyingfluffy.com. And for the few people that have asked me, yeah, I'm actually going to have a video out later on today, after this one, addressing the Tua situation. We'll just leave it at that. Um, okay. In terms of the Panthers, we lose 5-2 to the Canes last night. We're going to get into the fact that none of us could see most of it in a minute. Now, I normally don't do this. As you guys know, usually Stu is the one that's the braggadocious one. I'm the one that doesn't really say a whole lot, but I'm going to say a couple of things here. Now, we joke about the coaches are watching the videos, okay? And I'm not saying these things because I really think Maurice is watching the videos. However, in the last 2 weeks, Stu called for Lundell on the top line and got it. I came out with my line predictions and asked for Luosterainen on the second line at left wing and got it. Stu has been banging the drum for Ekblad and Barkov to be in the circles in the power play because of Ekblad's shot. And when they asked Maurice why he's doing that, you may as well have had Stu sitting there answering the questions because it was exactly what Stu had said. I could go on, but here's what I'm going to say.
And Montour QBing.
Right. Let me know when y'all are ready to believe when I tell you this team is going to start slow. Maurice has even in his press conference talked about exactly what I said in my review yesterday, which was we're not really looking at this from a team aspect. He's watching individual players. He's putting people into certain situations, including a lot of the young guys. And he hasn't even really begun to put the systems into place yet. It's going to take some time. And we're going to start slow and we're going to improve and build upon that for the rest of the year. Now, Stu has 5 minutes on the lack of a stream. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, just it sucked. They didn't have their act together, and I don't know why. They don't do it. They don't do a test. That whatever. I could see 5 minutes into the game and getting the stream going, but we didn't get that stream until basically 4 minutes or so to go in the second period. Or maybe was it the first? I don't even know. I didn't watch.
By the time you texted me,
I watched a few minutes of the game. All I saw was a power play. It sucked, whatever. But getting back to Maurice, I did watch his post game, and he did say something like, "We didn't play good, but he saw a lot of good stuff." I guess he's been putting the team through some heavy drills. He mentioned the word duress, and he said, "I'm pleased to see how, my top players are dealing with duress." He mentioned something about getting in at 4 a.m, I guess, from the road trip, and basically they were at practice at 10 o'clock or whatever it is, which I think is the regular time, and he put him through the paces.
Right.
Now, as far as, as far as those line predictions, I mean, I'm not a genius, but I've been following hockey a really long time, and it just made common sense to me. Again, the Lundell move to wing. The reason why I said that was because of the chemistry that Lundell and Barkov had all year on the penalty kill. And I just figured, you know what? Let's just, they work good together. They're two Finns. Maybe they even talk and finish on the ice. Who the hell knows? But you know what? I think that line could be when they get a lot of games under their belt and they really get to know each other. I mean,
Right.
the three of them as a unit, look out. Okay. And then the second line, we said Bennett, Kachuk, and Reinhardt.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
Reinhardt wasn't in last night. Last night they had in my season preview. When I made my lineup, I did it from the point of view that we did not have Patrick Hornquist, so I was trying to fill spots. And
Gotcha.
I put Lusterinen at left wing on the second line because I felt like he has a skill set that would work up there. And when I saw that last night, I saw it during the live stream, almost fell out of my chair. I couldn't believe it because Reinhardt didn't play last night. So, whether or not.
So I think you meant, well, whatever. I was going to say, I don't remember you talking about Lusterinen on the line with Bennett and Kachuk.
In the video
I meant on the third line.
No, in the video I made maybe a month ago when I predicted the lines, it was like before the development camp and everything. It was like once I figured out, okay, these are the players. I made a roster, I made the lines, but I assumed that we weren't going to have Hornquist. And on that one, I actually put White up at top. I thought he was going to get an opportunity, but he doesn't look like he's going to get a chance there. But then I had Lusterinen on the second, because when you remove Hornquist and you look at where guys fit the rest of the way, it just made sense because we've got so many centers, and he was weak in the faceoff circle, and I wanted to, keep him on the team.
All right, so let's get back and talk about the power play. Again, that's pretty much a common sense. You don't have to be a genius to know that Ekblad just doesn't have it as a quarterback of the power play. What he does have is a killer shot. That egg blast from that, OV stamp. I've said it over and over again.
Right.
And if they could keep feeding him one-timers, not bad passes, but one-timers, he's going to score a lot of goals. And I said he could score at least 10 goals from that spot. And then Montour would have been, and I said Montour Forsling, QBing, but Montour, I'm glad that they're giving him a shot.
Yeah, he got a goal last night, by the way.
Yeah, so I think that it's going to be a question of, again, these guys playing as a unit in practice, in games, and I'll talk about a couple of the players, but I'm going to agree with you now. Before what you said last night and seeing how they played this short time that I saw, and obviously I watched the Nashville game. You're right. They might start off slow.
Yeah.
I was gonna maybe a game or two, better record than what you had, but you know what?
Right.
I'm with you now. I'm with you. And I think Maurice, I don't know if patience is the right word, but I think Maurice is pretty much going to take what he gets because again, it's a lot of new players.
Yeah,
and,
no, it's
there's a lot of new players, and losing Huberdeau and Uyghur was part of that. It's like when you have a what's the word? Like a rug that has a certain pattern to it.
Yeah.
Colors and whatnot. It just looks really nice or whatever.
Right.
And then you take a couple of things out, and you gotta replace it to get that perfect shape back, so to speak.
Right. And look,
I mean that right, but again, it's and now it's going to take some time,
and we don't know.
Adjust.
We don't know. I mean, like Lucas Carlson and Brandon Montour were a good pair last year, and Lucas Carlson hasn't seen the ice yet. I don't know. I don't know how Dozado looked last night, obviously, because we had the stream wasn't there, and then I was watching the Dolphin game. So I don't know. I know Dozado looked good in the first game I saw him. We allowed 5 goals last night. Couldn't tell you if that was our defense or because it was. I think you said it was like still 4-1, and we hadn't even had the stream yet. Oh, so we didn't see it.
I said to you, Maurice likes playing veterans.
Right. Well, Dozado looked. I tell you what, Dozado looked better than Stahl for Kierstead, the first game that I saw. And, if he could have some sort of rebirth, we could get lucky there.
He didn't play that good in Philly, but he was a solid guy with the Rangers. And I said, if he could go back in time, like Mark Stahl, if he could go back in time to the Ranger days, and again, 32 years old is not old.
No, it's not old. No,
for a defenseman.
Yeah.
But I'm really bummed because I think the Carlson Montour combo was solid. Only going to get better with more games played.
Right.
So I mean, last year he was in the lineup, he was out of the lineup, and somebody posted something on the stream last night that said Carlson is this year's Connaughton.
Yep.
If they get rid of that guy for nothing, schmucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. He's a good player.
Yep. I just keep crossing my fingers with Hornquist and Carlson that coach kind of also has already penciled in. But with the cap thing and Hornquist not playing so far, and two good things have been brought up. I believe it was Tim that brought up that we could just Hornquist could get hurt. We could put him on the LTIR. But then Frank brought up and said he wants to play.
Exactly.
And he doesn't have to agree to that.
Exactly. So, and I want him to play.
Well, look, but here's the thing. For any of these guys, for Eric Stahl, for Del Zotto, for Tierney, he played last night. For any if we try to sign anybody to the roster, somebody has to go. So there's just the math. That's it. There's nothing you can't defeat math unless somebody has to go somewhere, whether it's LTIR or to the minors or a buyout or a trade.
Hornquist is not going to go for that, and he's not hurt.
I know. I'm just voicing that concern because that's been obviously with his contract. And you look at his contract, you look at our cap situation, and then I look at who coach is putting in the lineup, and I'm getting nervous.
Me too. And you know what? Nervous. I would really, really, really lose a lot of. I'm not going to lose the respect is not the word. If they fuck with Hornquist, I'm going to be really pissed because of
what I think is happening.
What he's brought to the team. He doesn't deserve to be treated like this.
He
hasn't been in one game.
He hasn't been in one game, but what I think is happening is this. It'll be totally wrong, but in one of our videos, when we were looking at the roster, you were pointing at Luosterainen as a possible cap casualty. I think if you looked at how they played it in Nashville, I think what coach was looking at was maybe we could sign Eric Stahl for half the money and trade Luosterainen. And then Luosterainen said, kiss my ass, watch this goal, watch my play. And now coach is thinking, oh shit, this guy might actually be good. He's giving him a shot in the top 6 where we do have a hole. And he may be thinking, all right, somebody else might have to go, monetarily. And I don't know, man. We've talked about it.
Well, if they're gonna get rid of somebody like that for Eric Stahl,
right?
So I need somebody in the comments. Some of the regular guys. Let me know how Stahl's been playing because I haven't really seen. I haven't seen much, in my opinion.
Right. I've seen
that warrants him signing. And again, if we had the cap space, no brainer. Bring him on board. Maurice is very familiar with the guy.
Right.
Didn't have such a great season last year, the year before, but with Minnesota, I watched a number of games and he looked good. So, but if it's going to cost us another player like a Hornquist,
right?
No way I sign him.
No, I know.
Where's Eric Stahl been? I mean, Mark Stahl.
Well, Mark, the game that the Nashville game, he was responsible for the goal that Spencer Knight gave up. He cleared the puck right onto a Predator stick. But other than that, he was decent. He didn't, he made the one mistake. It wasn't like he was making mistakes all over the ice or he looked slow or anything like that. He looked, decent. Um, Eric Stahl, I saw some people saying they thought he played okay. I saw some people thinking that he looked bad. I saw a couple of times where he was struggling speed wise to catch up with the play coming back into the zone. And then we don't exactly know, but because the way the stream was, it was very, very poorly done. So what we saw was the end of the play where it looks like he got beat, let his man get right past him, and the puck was in the back of the net. But we have no idea what happened before that.
Right.
So I didn't want to completely.
That's going to happen because these
Right.
20, 21, 22, 23, 20, whatever, they're fast as can be. And that's the NHL now.
Yeah.
It's fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if, the guy's going to have, any type of skating problems, that's a problem.
Right. So we play again.
I don't think we need him. Like Joe Thornton. I mean,
right.
We both were against that signing, but that signing was, for old time's sake, let's get Joe the cup, because we were all pretty much convinced that we were going to win the cup. And
right. No, and look, we play again Saturday at 1. For those of you who are Patreon and YouTube members, I'm doing an exclusive pregame live stream at noon.
That's a home game
Saturday. I don't know. I'm not.
A home game. I might shoot down there. I should be able to get a ticket. For those that don't know, the owner of my company didn't renew our suite.
Yeah. Totally
bummed. So I'm on my own this year.
Yeah, he's a schlep like the rest of us now. So, but he did. Stu did get a good raise. He's making almost $750,000 a year now.
Yeah.
So he can afford the tickets.
Listen, I've never gone down.
That's a lie.
I've never gone down. Yeah. I've never gone down to. I wish. I'd buy your channel.
I just want to put that out there. That was a lie.
There has been no time that I've gone down to the arena and gotten shut out. So if I drive all the way down to Sunrise, I'm getting in somehow, some way, somehow.
Well, especially now, because they know if they don't give you a seat, you'll just talk shit about them the next morning. So you're covered now.
We kid around that, that the coaches watch our videos. So it's just funny. But I mean, getting back to the Lundell thing, like I said, for me, it was just kind of common sense. And again, I use the word experiment, and that's funny that Maurice used the same exact word.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm not, I mean, it's preseason. The games don't mean anything, but I haven't really been impressed with how the team has been playing. But again, I'm just going to chalk it up to a lot of new players, chemistry. And again, I said this numerous videos, chemistry is going to be the big thing this year.
Yeah.
With the chess pieces and how they play together. I would love to see, that top line with Lundell and Barkov and see, if they really give it a shot. And I'm talking, let's just say 10 games in the regular season for the experiment to see how they end up doing. Same thing goes with the power play. I don't think Maurice is going to go with the 4 forward lineup. I think that it's going to be the way it is, and the proof will be in the pudding. The thing is, Barkov, I noticed on the power play that they had with Montour giving it back to Barkov. He's on the outside of the the face-off circle ring, and he's looking for Ekblad. You can't do that cross-ice pass, from where Barkov is back to the point. Now, what I saw Ekblad do a couple of times was that he came in, he skated in looking. So instead of being a long diagonal pass, it would be a cross-ice. But
Right.
I really think that what Barkov should be doing in that case, he should be shooting at the pads and get that rebound for
Right.
the
For the
two
rebound.
guys
For
in front.
Reinhardt or Kachuk, yeah. Yeah.
That's
Right.
just what I think.
No, when I heard Maurice before the game explaining what he wanted out of the power play, though, that we're going to be in good shape. He's got the exact right thought process with Ekblad and Barkov there, and with Reinhardt and Kachuk in front, and with Montour bringing it in. He was very specific about Montour having the speed and the ability to bring it in, but also be able to, get back if something happens. Where we've seen that with Yandel, we've seen that with Ekblad. Those guys aren't really the fastest skaters in the world. So once the puck is past them, it's past them. Like if you got Montour running the point, yeah,
that's why Montour, again, I'm all for that. It could easily be Forsling.
yeah,
I prefer Forsling on that right point because he's got a left-handed shot. But let's see. Changes could be made. I didn't really see the penalty kill, so I'm assuming Barkov and Lundell are still number one, and Luosterainen, I would think, would be the second unit. I don't know who played with him, so you guys help me, with the comments. Let me know, what you thought about the penalty kill.
Yeah.
So we're only a couple of games in,
right.
Between practice and some more games. We'll see what the starting lineup is for the regular season. Then we'll kind of know what Maurice is thinking.
What he's doing, and you can go back and listen to the things I've said. So this is not what he is doing is exactly what I thought was going to happen. He's not even, I mean, he's even saying it. He's not worried about looking at it as a team right now. He's a very cerebral coach. He is watching individual performances, watching each player, what they're doing, putting it together in his mind, knowing he's got a good enough team that even in the beginning of the season, when they're still putting it together, they're still going to be able to be, above 500. We've got the goaltending, got good enough team to win games like that. I guarantee you that is what's going. That's why I don't know what else to say. So
he's definitely given Kierstad a shot.
Yeah.
That's, and I said that could happen when we were talking about who's going to pair up with Montour. But I don't know.
Want to see Lucas Carlson on the ice Saturday. That's what
I'm telling you. What I said was Forsling and Ekblad, Carlson and Montour, and then Stahl and Gudis. And right now that's not happening. So
that's not right.
I guess Maurice has a different idea. He's the coach.
Yeah. So. Yeah. We'll have to see. And I'm just going to say it because it just came to me right now, because we do have some cap issues. One guy we haven't talked about, if coach gets it in his mind that Del Zotto is good enough for the bottom pair, Radko Gudas is on the last year of his contract. It's a tradable contract. He doesn't have a no-move clause. You trade him, you put Del Zotto in his spot, and it fixes our cap situation. I'm just putting it out. I'm not saying that's what I want to happen. I'm just saying it because, for anybody new to be signed, somebody has to go. And maybe he's looking at Del Zotto as, can I get a bottom pair season out of this guy? Because if we're not planning on re-signing Radko Gudas, it's 1 year for 1 year anyway, right? And I know the toughness and everything that Gudas brings, but if it keeps
that's another reason I think they brought Kachuk in, because then you got Kachuk and Lombard.
Right. And Hornquist, if we could keep him. Go ahead.
So I'm looking. So the game on Saturday at 1 is in Carolina.
Okay.
And then the next game is next Thursday at Panthers and Lightning.
Okay.
So I might have to go to that one.
Yeah, that's
anyway. That's all I got.
Yep. Yep. That's that lighting, and that's when you guys start thinking we're going to kind of start to know. I mean, we only have so many preseason games, you know what I mean? So um, I think Saturday and by next Thursday, we're going to start to see who and what is the situation here. So whatever's going to happen, I mean, we can be over the cap until the regular season starts. So we're
Exactly.
running out of days, and we've been saying it all summer. And really, I
You
just
know what really sucks? I'll make one more comment.
yeah.
What sucks about this particular season and the cap problems is Zito's not going to be able to pluck a Forsling off the waiver. You know, he's not going to be able to get somebody that has good potential off the waiver list. So,
Um, yeah, I'm not sure how that works. I don't know when you waive a guy, you have to take their contract, right? If a guy is waived, it's not like, yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's a good point because anybody waived. I mean, if it's a minimum wage type of player, maybe, right? I mean, unless they move Hornquist, and then we'll have several $1 million worth of stuff to play with. We'll see, man. It's coming down to it, though. I want to see Horn.
how many subscribers we have now?
We're at like we're closing in on 5,700.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
get
closing
let's
in
get
on
this
50.
let's get to 6, guys. If you're not
We're getting.
subscribing to this channel and you're a Panther fan, we're the number
If you're
one
a
Panther
hockey
fan
fan.
podcast in the world. So hit that subscribe button.
Yep. All right,
Anyway,
guys.
that's it, man.
Yeah, we really appreciate the support. I've got something about Tua coming up later this morning. And then Nick and I from Twisted Wrister are doing a video like Stu and I do. We're doing that this afternoon, so that'll be out tonight. And then don't forget, I guess tomorrow, Saturday, for the Patreon and YouTube members, it's a 1 hour pregame. I usually do a live stream for everybody, but I wanted to do something special for those supporters. So that's at noon on Saturday. That's an exclusive live stream for you guys. All right. Appreciate all the support. We'll see you again soon.
Right.